If you want to improve your golf shots and understand what it takes to get the ball to fly straighter, let's face it, club face control is number one. The golf ball always follows the direction where that club face is pointed. Welcome back to my channel, Thomas Campbell Golf. Today's topic, club face control. The golf ball always follows the direction where that club face is pointed. And when I'm teaching, I'm always talking to my clients about 3 different ways to improve your club face control. I'm going to go through those 3 different ways today in this video. The first topic will focus on basic fundamentals. And I'm talking about the golf grip. Where the golf grip is at setup will highly correlate to face angle. And I say the word highly correlate because I don't want to always say that, say you strengthen your golf grip or you weaken your golf grip, that the golf ball will change. But it has a very, very high correlation. Most of the time, if you strengthen your golf grip, that golf ball is going to go further to the left. Most of the time, if you weaken your golf grip, that golf ball generally will fall more towards the right. So the first topic is golf grip and talking about how we get in the right golf grip that's specific to you as a player. The second topic is what I call taking care of the club face on the way back and on the way down. And I kind of call it taking care of the club face early, and it's due to kind of we're working on your takeaway. So if that club face, when we're going back, is pointed, open, call it like this on the way back, generally as you're coming down, there's a good chance it's going to be open, and then the face will stay open. Now if that club face is closed, going back, on the way down, there's a good chance it's going to recreate that same position and be more closed at impact. And you got it in between. If we can get that face consistently more square, going back on the takeaway, and then coming back down on the way down, that can really improve your club face control. And the third topic we're going to discuss today is releasing the club face. And I'm talking about maybe having a little bit more of a release with the wrists, possibly a little earlier or possibly a little later. Or if you're a golfer that really has a closed club face coming through, we might need to feel like the body rotates more and the club face just goes for the ride. Call it the hands just go for the ride. So those are the 3 topics we're going to talk about. As I mentioned, golf grip, taking care of the club face in the golf swing, and then also, thirdly, releasing the club face and how much club face release we're going to get. Okay, let's get to these topics and talk about how to improve face control. Topic number 1, the golf grip. I'm going to hit some shots with what we would call a weaker golf grip. So I probably will see less than 2 knuckles on my left hand. I won't see the logo on my left hand either. And this right hand will be more this way. This is considered a weak grip. Generally speaking, that face is going to stay more open. I will also hit some shots with a stronger grip. We're talking about 3, 4 knuckles plus, seeing the entire logo on the left hand, and this right hand being a little more under here. And I will also hit shots with my normal neutral grip, which is generally around about 2 to 3 knuckles on the left hand, seeing a decent amount of the logo on the glove, and this right hand kind of comes over, and then the V's, call it the creases between my thumb and my index fingers, are both pointed up towards my right ear, right shoulder area. Let's hit some shots and talk about the differences. So first up is going to be a weak grip. So weak grip, and this is going to be kind of challenging because it's not going to feel great in my hands. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the club more in the palm of my hands, and I'm unable to wrap that hand on top. So I'm going to be more here, and as I'm coming through, this is going to be very hard for that face to release. And as you would expect, I'm going to have a hard time to release that face. And I'm not doing anything related to club path. That's another topic for another day. All I'm changing is face control. So on that particular swing, club path is right around about 0, but the face was open 6.4 degrees, so it went to the right. Try to make the same swing with my golf grip really weak. Feels awful. You can see it's just kind of tailing off over there to the right side. I think that was almost the same. That one's 6.4 degrees open again. 6 degrees open with the face. All right. So you get the idea. If the ball is going left and you're overhooking it, you could always play around with moving the hands this way a little bit. But generally, most golfers slice the ball. And what we need to do is we need to grip it a little bit more in the fingers and wrap that hand a little bit more on top. So I'm going to do just exactly that. I'm now going to hit 3 shots with a stronger golf grip. So to do that, ripping it more in the fingers, and the hand come on top. You can see the logo on the tightest logo looking down here. And my right hand is wrapped further around towards the right. And you can see instantly that ball started left on me. And the golf ball will go further if it's going more left, because you're presenting less loft on the club at impact. Okay, left hand more on top, seeing more of the logo on the glove. I'm seeing an extra couple of knuckles with that left hand. And my 2 V's, or my creases between my thumb and index fingers, are pointing more towards the right. And I can tell you that just feels a lot more compressed, like there's more energy coming off the club face. Do one more. Both started left and kept going left. And that one there, club path, was right around about 0. So just like the first swing, club path is right around about 0. But the difference is club face due to changing the golf grip around. I'll hit 3 shots just real quickly and talk about where I like my normal grip. I talk about having 2 to 3 knuckles on the left hand, and then the right hand just kind of comes over and covers my thumb, my glove thumb. And you can see that ball started quite a bit straighter. Just had a tiny little fade to it, but nothing like the club face being open. And that one, yep, my face was a lot more matched up with my path. A lot straighter start. And I'm leaving the face just a tiny little bit open today here. Just hitting a tiny little fade, which is quite okay. I've been working on trying to not hook the ball as much. Just a tiny little fade. So there's the 3 differences when we're talking about face control. Topic number 1, the golf grip. It has a very high correlation to face angle. Topic 2 now, we're going to talk about taking care of the face angle going on the way back, and then trying to recreate that position on the way down. So we're going to be talking about face control during the golf swing. Topic number 2, taking care of the club face during the golf swing. And I like to talk about it being taking care of that club face as we're going back on the takeaway and making sure that that club face is in a good spot here. In this position here, it's pretty square. In this position right here, you can see that that's open. And if all I do here is then turn my body and don't turn my wrist at all, at impact, that club face looks wide open. Of course, the golf ball to go right. We change that position here to where it's more, call it toe down, or bowing the left wrist might be a great feel. And then we just recreate that same position there on the way down, and then we just turn through. That club face now is pointing a lot more left. So taking care of the club face during the golf swing is topic 2. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to hit some shots. I'm going to hit 2 or 3 shots, and I'll try and feel like as I'm going back that I'm kind of like opening the club face up. And what will happen is if I do that and kind of come back down in that same position, there's a good chance that that club face is going to be wide open and that golf ball will go towards the right side. So just so I can show you here, I'm kind of trying to open it up a little bit more. And this is not something I would want to do during my golf swing because I hate leaving the face wide open. But I'm just going to show you how this can result in a golf ball going to the right. Yeah, did not feel very good. That's just wide open. Yeah, really, really open. The same thing. Club faces, we're going back. We're wide open. And that golf ball is only going to go right. I don't need to hit another shot there. Now let's talk about how to improve that. So to improve that, the first feel I'm going to give you as you're going back is I want you to think about this logo on the glove again. As we're going back, if that's pointing more down towards the ground, that club face is going to be more in that position. If that logo is pointing way up, you can see how all of a sudden now it's wide open. So as we're going back, we want to feel like that logo is pointing more down towards the ground. Or if you're really good about thinking about where the club face is pointed, as I was talking about, that club face is going to feel like it's pointed more down towards the ground, as opposed to feeling like it's kind of pointing towards the sky. So as we're going back, working on that, and then on the way down, all we're doing is turning our body and trying to get that club back in that exact same spot. See if I can do it. Back. What do you know? The ball went left. And this is a really hard one for a lot of people to understand. It doesn't take a lot. We're talking about 2, 3, 4 degrees. Not a lot in degrees amount. Where we talk about that club face follows the direction the golf ball follows the direction the face is pointed. And it only takes a couple of degrees closed or a couple of degrees open for that golf ball to go to the right or the left. This game is very hard. And we chose to play it, but we got to also understand to hit the ball dead straight is near impossible, especially on a consistent basis. Even the best golfers in the world don't hit the ball straight every single time. But we need to work on consistency. And what I'm trying to give you with these 3 topics is trying to find the most consistent pattern for you as a golfer. Okay, one more. Going back, so we're going back here. I feel like that toe is pointing more towards the ground. And then as we're coming through, that face will be more down towards the ground. So same thing, this is not a club path topic today. This is only club face. You can see club path being pretty consistent around about 0 again. But on that instance there, the face was 4-ish degrees more closed than dead straight, because as I was going back, that toe was more down versus being more open. Now, in an ideal world, we're trying to find a consistent pattern on what works best with the amount that face is open or closed as you're going back and on the way down. I personally like to have it fairly close to neutral, coming back and going back and coming back down. Some people like to be a little bit more closed because they might not maybe release the club face quite as much. And that is going to be our next topic, and that is going to be club face release. When I talk about club face release, how much the wrists roll over. Let's get to that topic. And topic number 3, and I'm going to tell you, I've ordered these topics from 1 to 3 on purpose. I like fundamentally being sound with the golf grip. That's something you can always take control of before you even take the club back. Consistency kind of comes from position, when you get that club in the right position or in the wrong position. And topic number 3 and I don't want to say you can't play really good golf with always trying to feel like you're releasing the club face. But if you consistently leave the face open, you have to feel like you have to fight it really hard with the club face. It's hard to be consistent on how much that face opens or closes at impact. So in topic number 3, it can help get your face in a better spot, but it's going to be player specific on how much you release the club face. We obviously need to release the club face, but for some golfers that say they have a stronger grip at setup, they might not need to release the face as much. Some golfers might prefer a weaker golf grip at setup and feel like they're going to release it a little bit more. So topic 3 is releasing the club face. And let's face it, if we're coming through and that club face on the follow through does not release, so if you kind of watch that club kind of stays over there open towards the right, the golfer is going to follow it there, right? Instead, if that toe kind of feel like it outraces the heel of the club and releases around, you got it, you have a better chance for that ball to turn more towards the left, as opposed to coming through and not releasing the wrist, where it will stay towards the right. You can kind of see the difference is the right hand kind of like rolls over the left. So let's try a couple where I don't really release the face. I'm just going to swing, and I'm just going to kind of feel like I'm holding the face off, and almost kind of feel like I'm holding that, pointing that face a little more towards the right as I'm coming through. That could be for someone that's maybe overhooking the ball a little too much, and I've tried other methods. Let's see if we can do that. So it's almost like it's a little bit of a hold off. It's like I'm holding the club face off. So you can see, went to the right because I did not release the club face. I left the face open. We'll do one more. So it's almost like it's a push to the right with the face not releasing. And let's face it, the face, it has to release, because as we're coming through on that downswing, the body, everything does start to turn. So if your hips are turning, your chest is turning, the club face and the arms should follow through at about the same sequence. If you get out of position, say the hips have fired open early, and then ahead of the face, that would be not releasing the club face. Or if you get ahead, or you get ahead with the hands, that would be obviously overdoing the club face release. So it's a sequence thing, and it's a timing thing. Let me hit a couple here where I actually do release the club face, or feel like I'm rolling those wrists over. Okay, so to do this, so I'm feeling as that right wrist or right hand feels like it's outracing the left. And it might also feel like the toe of the club kind of outraces the heel of the club coming through. Yep. And like I mentioned, the hardest thing with this, yes, you can get the ball going left, but it's consistency and how much it's going to go left. It obviously can improve, call it short term, but I do prefer the other two fundamentals, the other two topics, golf grip and then taking care of the face during the golf swing, a little better. Do one more. Coming through. Feeling like that face is rolling, releasing over. That one felt pretty good. Didn't quite have as far of a left miss as the first one. So golfers, remember the golf ball always follows the direction that club face is pointed at impact. It doesn't take much for that face to be a little bit closed and cause that golf ball to go pretty far left. Same thing, doesn't take much for that face to be a little bit more open and cause the golf ball to go towards the right. The golf ball always follows the direction the face is pointed. And this is purely a topic on club face. It's not club path. Club path, that would be another topic, and obviously so would face to path. But we're just talking about face angle. And we can influence face angle through these three topics today. That is number one, the golf grip, how strong or weak your golf grip is. Number two is where that face is on the way back and on the way down, so during the golf swing. And third is how much that club face releases as we're coming through the golf swing. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. It's great creating some more content for you guys. Let me know what other topics you want to see in the next video, and give me some feedback on how your face control is working for you.